Hey guys, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. So we got some pretty big things coming to Squad 44. Yes, Guadalcanal is coming. We've known it for a little bit over a couple of months now. Very excited to see that. Also, we had a couple other things coming to the game. Also, dragging your teammates to safety if they're down. Also, flamethrower tanks. That's gonna be a absolutely terrifying weapon to see on the battlefield. Can't wait to see that. Also, we're going to see a lot of optimization and tutorial systems, but that's going to be in the future. So yeah, I'm not going to spoil the whole bunch of the video. If you can, hit that sub button and like button. It means a lot to me. All right, I'll see you guys next time.
Ah, there it is. All right. So what do we have here? Cats, do you want to go ahead and start us off with the roadmap?
Yeah, no problem. I think the current operations, what you can see there is kind of what you're already experiencing. We're still kind of optimizing and polishing off areas such as the flamethrowers and Iwo Jima, as well as broader things with the game as well. So, just to reiterate what our current focus kind of is there is something new in there as well that you can see in terms of dragging. So that was meant to be an earlier kind of release, if we could, and we kind of pushed that back and reprioritized stuff like the Linux support coming in, given some of the feedback from the community on how much they wanted Linux support. I think the feedback post had something like 200 and something thumbs up, so it was one of the most upvoted pieces of feedback that we saw. So yeah, but yeah, so current ops is very much what people are experiencing now, but we want to kind of reiterate that it's not just a case of there you go, Iwo Jima done, flamethrowers done. We want to keep making sure that we're polishing that content. The recent patch obviously focused on bug fixing and some aspects of optimization, but we have a lot more work to do in that area, and we're very much determined to get the game in a very good, stable state to build on further with other new mechanics like that, the dragging. So that's kind of our current focus, and hopefully players saw that in the last patch we pushed out.
Already want to criticize Snazzy on Twitch. Distinct lack of towing on that roadmap. I don't know if you know this, but we do not speak of that word here. We
Everybody
don't.
keeps asking me to implement it, and I think they're heavily overestimating my programming abilities.
Snazzy should very much know why towing doesn't come back, since he was a previous community manager of the game. So
Yes.
yeah.
He's turning against us, I think.
Hey, I blame him. I blame him entirely.
But yeah, we don't speak such words here. Done and good to go. Katz, do you want to talk about flamethrower tanks before we show off these images?
Yeah, so the Ronson was quite a famous variant of the Sherman that was used on Iwo Jima, and that's something we would definitely like to get into game. Looking further down the line, there's also German assets and British assets that we could use in the Western theatre as well. It's stuff like the Churchill Crocodile. Don't ask about towing. Might be a unique vehicle, but for flamethrower tanks, I just think it'd be so cool to bring into the game. There's not many games out there that I can think of have ever really done it properly. So being able to do that, adding to that immersion on Iwo Jima as you're cowering a trench before a tank rolls over you with flame licking around the trench edges, I think that'll be something awesome for the immersion factor for the players, and whoever's in that tank driving is going to have a interesting experience as well, I think, watching what's in front of them. So apologies if we start bringing PTSD into the game. That's not our intention,
I
but
mean, it's already
you know,
there.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, this might be going kind of a step beyond, so we'll see. um but yeah, so the flamethrower tanks is definitely a passion project for us as well, because it just sounds cool, really.
Yeah. Cool. Very, very cool. 1 second. I'm trying to in the background fix my camera, but um
Yeah, no
all
worries.
right.
We can talk about a canal next if you want.
Yeah, let's show off these photos of
Yeah.
Guadalcanal. So want to remind everybody these are all works in progress. They're going to be changing. It's not the final product, but still pretty exciting. So first one. Here we go. Look at that dense jungle. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful, and I bet everyone's looking at that going, "Oh my god, optimization!" That is, as I say, at the forefront of our mind. The maps have been done to be historically authentic as best we can as well on that one-to-one scale that we're kind of working off. We want to give players the World War II authentic experience of what their grandfathers and otherwise experienced going to these places. And this is just what Guadalcanal is. It's a large, dense jungle area with cut-through trenches, with areas where you can maneuver for tank warfare. We've added that element in to allow a bit more maneuverability as well, accepting that you can't just drive tanks through jungles in this game. But we've also looked at this with optimization. So what you can see there are those trees in the distance that we can use quite an aggressive LOD distance on these, because if you're in a jungle and you've got trees up close, you can't see the ones in the distance. So yeah, we can be quite aggressive with how we LOD and aggressive with how we use imposters as well to try and make the game as more performant for this map. But yeah, it's going to be something different. It is going to be something absolutely different.
Oh, look at how gorgeous. Honestly, like, it's so beautiful. Now, do you know, Katz, if all the assets, because I know for the Iwo Jima map, all the assets that were done were all brand new assets. I'm assuming there's going to be some that are being reused here, but are there new assets coming in with the Guadalcanal as well?
Yeah, quite a lot. So the airfield for Guadalcanal, well, I've told you what part of the map is, but the airfield that's in there is an American airfield. So we've been researching what aircraft were on there. So you'll see entirely new aircraft kind of used as map art on the island as well. You've got a variety of new vehicles. The Japanese did have some tanks there, one or two different ones than are already in. We've also been, while looking at this, thinking, well, how can we bring the specialist and mechanized sort of vehicles into the Japanese faction? So we've been looking what they used during the period, potentially not on Guadalcanal, but to offer a bit more sort of variety for the players when they're playing this. So they do get a half track, they do get a vehicle with a machine gun on the back, and I think these sort of things, we're not going down the lines of historical inaccuracy, but we're going down the lines of offering them things that were around at that time period on a new map to give it a slightly different feel or a slightly different sort of bit extra beyond just the map itself. Yeah.
One more image here. Oh, beautiful. Lovely bridge.
Yeah. So
And
you'll see there'll be a variety of terrain. You've not seen the airfield there either. There's a big airfield. And yeah, no apologies for having another Pacific map with an airfield on, because historically that is the reality of those battles. They were fighting for control of the airfield because the airfield gave them dominance in the air within that sort of region. So yeah, you're going to be seeing more fights over airfields, but more on the opposite side of the Japanese seeking to push the US Marine Corps off the field that they're defending. So yeah.
very,
I
very
saw
cool.
someone ask if you could climb the trees, and now I'm curious. Can you climb the tree?
The maybe we're looking at some stuff, so maybe in the
Maybe.
future,
Oh
maybe.
my goodness. And then I guess the future, the third Pacific map. And then I put where in big question marks, because I don't think we're still ready to reveal that yet. We're still
Yeah,
keeping our
that's
secrets.
yeah. We'll still hold that back. In terms of that, though, we've got a firm idea of what we're going to be looking at with it, and we might look at yeah, how we can tie that in maybe with new game modes and other things that we want to work on. So what I would say is this roadmap there we've put is a 6-month roadmap. So the players can kind of hold our feet to the fire a bit on that, and we'll just see what we can do.
Yeah.
But with future operations, yeah, that'll be outside of the 6-month period.
But yeah, I want to thank you, Katz, and thank you again, Estrella, for joining today. Yeah, great stuff, guys. Amazing.
Sounds good. Thank you for your time, and thanks everyone for coming along, watching and supporting the game. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.
I'm gonna say hi to everybody, but now I have to say bye to everybody.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much, guys. All right. Have a good rest of your days. Bye.